All right. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back. Hopefully, everyone's having a great morning. We're having a great run up right now in ACB. I know a lot of you guys did a great swing trade on that trade last night. We're going to do a couple of shout outs. Listen, how do we know it was going to be a good swing trade? Because we day traded it. Remember, people always wonder, they think day trading is very dangerous, very speculative. No, swing trading is. Options even 10 times even more dangerous because of the spread and all the mechanicals and the deals, and this could happen. It's just a buy and sell. But guess what? You guys did great with ACB, and we got a bunch of other swing trades we're going to talk about also that are doing really well. But before we do that, we're going to talk about what happened, what's going on with the market. Looks like we're having a little teeter-totter. We have a nice little rally. From yesterday, we were talking about what happened. Obviously, we're all watching the presidency. I told you it's going to go on for about another week or two. It sure looks like it's going the direction that Biden's going to win. It looks like the President Trump is going to contest it in the court, so this can go dragged on for a while. But the big thing I think Wall Street is concerned about is not more just the presidency. They're worried about the Senate, okay, and the House, because that is the person who controls the purse. So, remember, the president is the commander in chief, right? What does that really mean? He could do executive orders, which could be override by, courts. We've seen that happen with Trump already. And also he's running the military. That's really what the commander in chief really is. But the Congress runs everything else, has to be approved by that. So if you have one side Republican, which is, I think the Senate is probably the most important out of all the Congresses over the House, but just having having an equal balance, Wall Street likes that, and that's one thing that's going on. But they still haven't confirmed it yet that it's going that direction yet. So that's why I think the market is kind of like on edge right now of what's happening. But we all know what happened with the election. There was a lot of referendums that came out. We know what happened in Jersey, about now pot, you can get high now forever. It's legalized, like you could buy beer, and and you could see what's happening, with some of these stocks that we traded, like the ACB, and we're getting a nice little rally. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But we're going to go over a couple of things. Just keep in mind, everybody, that today is Friday, okay? Now, if you are a student of CyberTrading University, you know that Fridays mornings a little tricky. We give you your journals. You look at your journals. You got a daily journal that we gave you, and you got a monthly journal. You have to do your journals because you have to kind of analyze and say, okay, where am I consistent? Where am I making money? Am I losing money? I'll be honest with you. Thursdays, I'm probably batting like 80%. Okay. Fridays, I'm like batting like 50. Okay. So it's like, do I really need to trade the 50-50? It's like, you know what? I could take the day off if I really wanted to. But the tip of the day is this: don't get too aggressive on a Friday. If you're a 1,000 share trader, trade 500, 200. Don't get crazy, okay? Because when you have more money on the line, you end up, becoming a lot more, impulsive on getting in and out of position. So I want to make that tip because, as we all learn from each other, being in the cyber group room, you all know how that works. But let's get right to the market. Let's talk about a couple of things that are moving. And you could see that here at CyberTrading University, we use multiple platforms. So, TradeStation decided they want to do an update. I'm sorry, guys, I logged into the room late. Microsoft decided to do an update. I was out for almost 40 minutes for that damn update. The toolbar looks pretty cool, though. It looks like they changed a couple of features on it. But yeah, it took forever. It took me forever to get this update. So I don't know. So by the way, if you guys see the update come on Windows, let it do it at night. I thought it was a small one. I didn't think it was a big one. But anyway, regarding about the quick shout outs on the ACB, Chelsea Q, Dan H, they all held it overnight. You guys are doing great. Congratulations. That's what I want to talk about. A couple of the stocks that we did a couple of swing trades. I did a couple of swing. I didn't do that one, but I did do these swing trades yesterday. I did JKS because you saw what happened yesterday. Let me bring up yesterday's chart. You can see JKS obviously was a really, really nice move. Thing went from 60 to 70, okay? And it's been on a really, really nice move. I did a nice swing trade on that one. And how do I know it was a swing trade? Because I did it as a day trade. I did that one. I did PEIX. We were day trading the stock all day yesterday. We did great with this stock. You know what's amazing about this stock? And everybody here should have seen it when we were looking on level 4. There was a 250,000 share iceberg order, and he just kept like giving it up, giving it up, giving it up. You could see him on level 4 just constantly doing that. Now, listen, on my YouTube channel, if you haven't registered, you better do it right now. But I'm going to start doing weekly reports on stocks that we traded on iceberg orders, and it kind of educate you guys a little bit more of what we looked at, because we do this every morning. But we're going to take the best of the week. I'm going to be doing that, and be prepared. We're going to be launching it on a Friday and a Saturday after going through the week. So make sure you are registered into our YouTube channel. Click on the bottom on YouTube and make sure you do that. Okay. We get a big request on that. Another stock I did as a swing trade was the pins. So pins, it started coming back. I've been a big fan of pins. I'm just really ticked off at myself because I rode the thing down when we gapped up. Remember, we went from 50 to 70. I mean, I was up like 20 points, like 18, 19 points just on that day alone. But I had it at 35. I ended up selling it like 61. I rode that damn thing down from 69 all the way to 61. It ran all the way down to 57. Well, it wasn't too bad. Well, I just ended up buying it back at 62.50 yesterday. Actually, 63 I paid, no, 62.50 I paid for it. When it started breaking out right there, I started seeing make a little bit of a Fausto flag. So that's where I own it. I'm not making a fortune right now on it, but I'm just a fan of Pinterest. I feel that it's going to be a good one. A couple other ones are doing really good. CSQ, that one, we're killing it on CSQ. I told you about that yesterday, and obviously ACB. So listen, we still do swing trades here, okay? How do we know how to swing trade? Because of day trading, all right? Now, about yesterday, let's just talk about yesterday before we go through the watch list. A couple of stocks that had a big pops and big drops. HOFV, we traded yesterday. That thing ran from 250 to 650 early on, quick mover. You know what was amazing, was awesome? I love the halts. The halts are also great. You see these things go up and down. It was just a fun stock. Let me make this just a little bit bigger so I could see it over here, so you can see what we're talking about. So you can see how the stock went from like 250 all the way up until like 1030. It was great, but this really was scary. When it did that big drop right there. What else did we had? TLRY, another stock that's trading side by side with ACB. They're both in the same industry. Bunch of them. CGC, all of them. This one. They're all moving side by side. So if you miss one, you get the other one. Crohn's. These are all in the same industry, all pot stocks. I hate using that word. I feel like a pothead or something. No disrespect to anybody, but it just feels weird. I keep saying saying that word pot. You know what I mean? But they got to come up with a better word. Anyway, APHA, also same industry, doing pretty well also. They all did well. A couple of stocks that had some breakouts that we traded, APVO. And I'm going to actually, I was thinking about watching this, but at 11:30, stock went from $14 to $24. Thing ran about $10. Great winner for the middle of the day. And then it ran, from 1:30, like 2 o'clock, another pot from 2:22 all the way to 26. Another stock, shockingly. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, that was about it. That's all we had. All right. So what are we looking at this morning? A couple of stocks that are moving this morning. So we found this one stock this morning, MOGO. It had a really nice move around 8 o'clock. I know a lot of you guys trade it. It was nice. It was cheap. Had a nice push. It did an 8 a.m. shake right there. Ran from 2 to 280. You heard me call it out in the room. I says, listen, it's making a higher low. And I called that out around 8:30. You could see it in the chat. Obviously, that's when I finally got into the room. And it had a little bit of a pop. I didn't like it, but if hopefully you guys listened and saw those orders coming out level 4, hopefully everybody got out of it and not held it going into the open, because it doesn't look too well. What else we got? Oh, GoPro, GPRO. I feel bad. I didn't buy this stock as a swing trade. But GoPro did great after hours. You could tell it probably was an earnings announcement. But listen, GoPro came out with that new GoPro 8. I told you this a while ago. The only way these companies make money is it's like the iPhone, right? If the iPhone was so great, why they keep coming out with a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, 6, 7? Meanwhile, you know what? That's not really that big of a change. You know what I mean? But they know how to sucker you in and get you to buy it. And that's why Apple and then built up a little bit of monopoly on it with the residuals, with the, with the apps and everything. I mean, on and on. GoPro, I think, is starting to learn that market. I mean, they made a camera that was amazingly strong and so great. You didn't need to upgrade. So listen, their whole thing is they got to make money. Remember what I told you this a long time ago, and I learned this a long time ago from from a fellow trader that lives in my town. Corporations are basically going out of business every 3 months. What does that mean? Because they have to report earnings every 3 months. If they don't make money in 3 months, they're bankrupt. They have to find ways of making money. They have employees, they have staff. They have to make money. What are they doing to make money? So, GoPro hasn't done anything, was not making money for a long time. And, that's why you always see like, oh, why do they got to be shady? Why they got to do this? Why they got to scam you? Why is that when you call Verizon, they're trying to suck you in to buy more? Why they need you hear this thing with Netflix opening up more and more accounts. They need to make their shareholders happy so the stock goes up. If they don't make revenues, they're going bankrupt every 3 months. That's just how things work. So just give you a heads up on it. I know it's not the most nicest thing to say, but that's really the truth. Glue, big pop in pre-market yesterday. The stock has got a decent move. Not really moving too much right now in the pre-market, but yesterday you could see I had a good pop. I want to put that in the watch list. A couple of stocks are getting crushed. ASMB. Did you see this stock? Crap, this thing is down 60%. What do we know about this stock? Just reading by the name, I assume it's a pharmaceutical stock. Fortunately, we know they don't come back. Okay, so stock's getting hammered. I don't know if it's on your short list, but it is building a big support level at 6. Usually when these stocks go down, they stop, and they flatline. This looks like it's been continuing since about 8 o'clock this morning. I think maybe not. Went from 7 to about 6. We'll see how that works. Another one that's getting hammered, SMLP. This one doesn't look like a pharmaceutical stock. You always could tell by the name. But this, I'm sorry, this stock is going up. This stock went up. I confused it. What happened? I messed up my notes. This stock was up big, and it started trending down, but it's starting to build a little bit of support level just above $1. So I want to keep a close eye on that one too. All right. What else we got? That pretty much does it. I think we got them all. We got ACB. We got SK. We got SKT. Did I tell you about that one? Maybe I'm going to put that. Oh, Tanger. Love the company Tanger. Tanger Outlets. I didn't even know they were public, honestly. Tanger hasn't really gone anywhere. I don't know. Could be a swing trade. Doesn't really look like a very good day trade, but the outlets open up. People are going to start spending money. Long they don't shut down the country again. You never know, but you got the holiday season coming in. This is where the company actually should basically benefit from it. And I said COTY, right? That's another one I found this morning that's moving pretty good, up 13%. All right, so we got a lot of stocks on this list, but remember, cyber traders, it is Friday, so don't get cocky. Don't get too aggressive. Make sure you look at your journals. I know it's always nice to wake up in cash, not holding anything, long term as a position. Obviously, we do a couple of them, but just don't get too crazy today, okay, guys? All right, especially with this whole election thing. I think things are going to start coming into fruition now. All right, everybody. Norman says Mogul's starting to move up. MOGO. Yeah, but I just be careful that stock. It doesn't have it. You know what? Let it break out. Until it breaks out, then that's a different story. All right, Norm? All right, everybody. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading. Be safe. Before we go, remember, we're back here at 2:30. And tomorrow, I am going to be on Neutral Trading Expo. So tomorrow, you probably got the link already. I'm going to be there with some of the best minds in the trading industry. It's Saturday. It's not the summertime. I know some of you got the honeydew list. Don't worry about it. Come out there, take an hour, register for it, and I'll see you all there. And hopefully, I'm going to talk a lot. Like I said, I'm going to constantly keep pushing that level 3, level 4. It's amazing how many people don't know about it. And every time we do something, you might have to hear 4, 5, 6 times before the light bulb kicks in. And that's the way how it goes. So anyway, good luck. Be safe. Cyber traders, we start commentating once the market opens up. All right. Good luck, everyone. If I don't see you, enjoy your weekend.